Hello, class, and welcome to week 5. Over halfway there. This week we are going to have course outcomes, program outcome number 8 that says selects evidence for best practice when planning professional nursing care for individuals, families, aggregates, and communities. This week we are going to have 2 threaded discussions that are due. The first one is about an ethical dilemma. We all face ethical dilemmas every day when we're in nursing practice. Some of them are harder to deal with than others and harder to differentiate and discern what to do. So I want to have a discussion about this. There's no necessarily right or wrong answer to this. It's more about a discussion about the problem that is faced in the situation in the threaded discussion. The next one is core competencies for nurses. You will visit the QSIN website and discuss these competencies and how they can be implemented in the workplace in the professional nursing setting. If you go to the website, and this is what the home page will look like here. And if you go under competencies, there's pre-licensure, which does not apply to you, but how about the graduate KSAs, and these are after the nurses have graduated, and these are some of the competencies. Here is the 2012 updated, but if you scroll down, there talks about patient-centered care, teamwork and collaboration, evidence-based practice, quality improvement, safety, in informatics. So these are important competencies that have been identified for the nurse that is in clinical practice. So look these over and discuss some of them. Again, you want to make sure that they're in detailed and make sure that you include your references and then respond to your peers as always. Now, although this week your milestone number 3 is not due, I am going to talk about it so that you could work ahead if you want. I will be getting your milestones back to you as soon as possible. However, do know that these are the biggest graded milestones, and there are a lot of you and only one of me, and I try to give each one of the assignments adequate time for feedback. So please be patient as I work on these. But if you want to look ahead, which I suggest that you do, and start to look at milestone number 3, of course, go to doc sharing, go into the milestone number 3 document, and then here you will find the educational guidelines. So as I pull these up for you, I would like to talk a little bit about this milestone number 3. So it's worth 225 points. It's a big assignment, so make sure you do a great job. There's going to be about 15 to 20 slides. It's a PowerPoint presentation. This excludes the title and the reference slides. You still must continue to keep an APA format, so that means that you will need to have reference slides as well and have in-text references within your slides. Below is the slide topics here. You need to make sure that you have all of them. And as you see, there's about 12 topics, but you need 15 to 20 slides. That means that several of them will have more than one slide to cover the material adequately. It's very important that you read this best practice as a PowerPoint presentation. This is not paragraphs. This is not cut and paste from your milestone number 2. These are bullet points. So how do you supplement the information that's in bullet points? You can do one of two things. You can either use the notes section in the PowerPoint and go through and type the information, or what I prefer is that you do this as a presentation, as if you were giving that, and you use the voiceover and you add voice to your PowerPoints. That's the most powerful way to do it, and I think it's also the most easiest, so you don't have to type all the information. So basically you act as though you're giving the presentation, which you are. You're giving it to me, and so on each slide you will record what you would say if you were standing in front of me or standing in front of other people that you were presenting to. If you're not sure how to do that, you can certainly go onto YouTube and just Google how to add voice to PowerPoint presentations, and you will get no lie hundreds of little screenshots and tutorials on how to do so. So I definitely recommend that you do that. You must have some other form than just your bullet points on the thing to get full credit. Remember that your audience is your, if you look at here, it's called Educating the Staff, but it's an educational presentation for staff before you launch your change project. So you're going to tell the staff what the problem is, the potential solutions, and their role in the change project, and how you are going to implement your change project. And again, here are your topics. If you scroll down to the grading rubrics, of course, you want to stay in this line A. And so make sure that you've got all of the elements. Once you're finished, go through and almost do it as a checkpoint. Is there a summary of the change model discussed? Is there PICO question including the elements listed? And if you see here, you have a suggestion about how many slides should be for each one of the problems. So for instance, when you're talking about the evidence, if you have one slide on evidence, you obviously is not thorough enough because you need more slides on this. So again, you will need to make sure that you have as much detail as kind of shown as a guide here on the grading rubrics. So again, I hope that, remember, this is not due this week, it is due in week 6, but you should start working on it now, so I went ahead and talked about it. I hope that you have a fabulous week. Keep up the good work, and I will be getting back with you as soon as possible on your milestones number 2, and if you need anything at all, do not hesitate to contact me. Have a great week, everybody.